Welcome to PEMTRON here at Productronica. I'm delighted to be joined by Michael Fielsack. Nice to see you, Michael.
Nice to see you, Trevor. Thank you for the possibility.
Right. So we're here at the biggest show in the world. Obviously, this is where everybody shows their new toys. You, of course, have got your latest machine, which is the PEMTRON TPI. It's a pin inspection machine.
Correct.
Can you tell us a little bit about the machine, its specification, and its applications?
Yeah, so the TPI machine, which is next to me, so this is a machine which is based on customer needs. So, and this is also what is a very strong point for PEMTRON. So we listen to the needs of our customers, and then we try to develop together with the customer the solution.
Excellent.
And the TPI is something where the customer came to us and said, we need a solution where we can inspect in a certain height, for example, for the pin inspection, but we need a high speed. So, but if you have a high speed with a standard machine, so it's a challenge, because normally you also measure all the areas close to the board, all the solder joints and so on.
Right.
But here, the need was really to inspect the pin, to inspect the height of the pin, to inspect, for example, distances from the pin to another part.
Yes.
And also the height, of course, of the pin. So, and we combined everything together to have a solution with a very fast speed and inspecting at a certain height.
Right. Okay. So you're inspecting the height to make sure the planarity of it, to make sure it's vertical, and the spacings are
you hit
right.
the nail on the head. So that's perfect. This is what the customer wanted to have.
Right.
And we have the possibility, depending on the needs of the customer, we have different camera sizes. So we can have 10 or 12 megapixel camera, for example, to meet the requirements of the speed. But also, depending on the size of the pins, we can also have different resolutions.
Right.
So it means, for example, 10, 15, 18 micron. So as I told you, we are listening very carefully to our customers, and then we put the right solution together.
Right. So if it's doing pin inspection, are all the pins pretty much at the same height?
That's not the need. So in general, the application we saw so far, there are a lot of pins in the same height, yes. But it's also possible to different heights. The good thing here is, if the difference in height is very large, we have also the possibility to move the head. We have a movable Z-axis, so we are very flexible to adapt our solution to the need of the customer.
Okay. So what's the maximum height of pin that you can measure?
In general, I would say at the moment the standard is between 13 and 25, but we are able to go up to 60 millimeters in 3D.
Wow. Okay.
So,
well, that's quite significant. Great. So that is the Athena TPI machine. That's the latest model coming out of the PEMTRON stable. One of the ones, though, that you're very well known for, and you do a lot of business on, is this double-sided 3D AOI, which is behind us here.
Correct.
Tell us a bit more about the spec that's involved in that.
So speaking about the spec, so it's like with the TPI. So we have also the possibility for different board sizes.
Okay.
We have a smaller version from 330 to 330 millimeter board size, but we can, as a standard, go to 510 to 510. But we have customers, they have a need more than 1 meter, 1 meter 50. So we also developed solutions for this customer, and this is for both machines. So in addition to this, so not every customer has a single lane production. Also, sometimes you need a dual lane. So we are very flexible. Both machines are also available as a dual lane. The great thing at the Twin, and why we have more and more discussion and projects with our customers, it becomes more and more important for the customer to be sure that end of line, the quality, the parts are placed well.
Yes.
But you can imagine the Twin has a camera from the top and a camera from bottom side, and simultaneously we can inspect both sides. And this makes sure after the second thermal process for the second side, something can happen to the components.
Right.
So we can make sure nothing happened to the result of your board. Everything is perfect. So it means before the board left production, so we can ensure the quality is really perfect.
Right. Now, some companies do have double-sided inspection, but they usually have a lower resolution 2D camera on the bottom side. Is this have you got full 3D on both sides?
And that's a good point.
Yeah.
So it's really, you have 2 times full 3D solution implemented into this machine, which really means you have from top and bottom side the possibility with high resolution to inspect your board from both sides. And what's also good to know is it doesn't matter if it's THT or SMD, so the algorithm is the same, which means you can have also mixed mode.
Right.
So it's very flexible.
And also, you'll probably get faster throughput because you won't need to use a flipper or anything like that to change it to the other side. I mean, you can go straight through.
Correct. So this is a benefit. We have flip units, integrated flip units for our machines, also the normal AUIs.
Yeah.
But here, as you said, the real benefit is speed because you have the both sides at the same time. If you have dual lane, you have two boards, double-sided, same time. You save a lot of time, and you can imagine you save space.
Yes.
Because if you need top and bottom, you have two AUIs, one bottom, one top. So you would need space.
So what are they configured with? Are they configured with what, 12 megapixel or 50 megapixel cameras, or what,
so it's we have a kind of standard where we try to have the machines more or less at the same high level of quality. Means we have also here the possibility for the 10 and 12 megapixel and also the resolution. So it's 10 micron, 15 or 18.
Okay.
But if the customer has a really need, because you may remember we have this toy system for bond applications, so we can go down to 1.1 micron in resolution. So as I told you, we are flexible. We listen to our customer and we provide a solution the customer needs. Yeah,
as I said to you before we started talking today, I mean, I interviewed PEMTRON at Semicon West, and I was quite shocked at the range of semiconductor machines that you had. So obviously you're able to go down to these very, very small resolutions. You know, as you say, 1 micron resolution. I mean, it's incredible.
So it becomes more and more important. The chip production, also in Europe. You may have heard it in the news. It's more and more important.
Yes.
And also here we have the resolutions fitting to this application. Wave inspection, wave bump inspection, also here. So we have the knowledge, we have the experience, so we can also feed these customers with our solutions.
Yeah. Well, it's a wonderful range of equipment. So congratulations on the new machine, Michael, and thank you for talking to us today.
Trevor, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much.